ICMA is celebrating 100 years since adding the I to its name and embarking on a global journey that is heavily rooted in global knowledge exchange. Joining us for today's Global Spotlight is Marie Peoples, City Manager of Webster Groves, Missouri. Thank you so much for stopping by, Marie.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And we are in this beautiful location today, but before we talk about that, let's just get right into it. Tell us a bit about your prior experience with international engagement.
So all of my experience with international engagement has been through ICMA. I've had the privilege and honor of being included in a couple of the different types of exchanges. I was able to do one with an Australian exchange and had the opportunity to go to Tasmania and have some real project-specific type of experience. In return, was able to host a couple of Australian managers in my home and with my city for about a month. And then I did a similar experience with an Indonesian exchange.
Oh, wow. So those exchange opportunities sound like they were very rich in experience for both you and those that you exchanged with. And how have those experiences impacted your professional life?
You know, in many ways. So the work itself, we learned so much, myself, my team, other teams that those exchange individuals were loaned out to, for example. We just keep them within our organization. We share the wealth of experience. But the things that they were doing that were so forward thinking within their organizations that they lent a lot to what we were doing. And then, of course, there's the personal and the cultural experiences, which I believe I have carried with me into wherever I go in my professional career. That connectivity. We're such a global community.
Building more on that, why are global exchanges and knowledge sharing so valuable to anyone in local government? I know you touched on this a bit, but can you expand on that a bit?
Sure. Well, I mean, here we are in Saudi Arabia. Who would think that it's applicable to our daily work lives? It absolutely is. Every single thing that I've heard, all the sessions, I mean, in my individual work life right now, we're going through a comprehensive plan. Everything that we've talked here about building space, placemaking, exclusivity for individuals and people, and really doing public engagement, not just surveys, not just, saying, hey, what do you want, but really doing that ground level work. That's what's been presented here. And so everything is transferable and applicable if you can be open-minded.
What advice can you give other local government professionals who may be interested in participating in this type of global knowledge exchange?
Just do it. I mean, I know it's really simple. That probably wasn't incredibly profound, but it's the truth. If you are the problem and you're thinking, oh, I can't go there, and is it safe? Is it dangerous? I mean, first of all, ICMA is a premier professional organization.
Yes.
And these things are so well executed. You, yourself, all of the teams. It's a great experience. You're in good hands. The learning, it's just invaluable what you'll get. And those are the planned experiences. The things that happen during meals, on walks, in between, when you're networking with individuals and people. It's amazing. And the networks last forever. Someone asked me earlier, and I'll be brief, but when did I do my first exchange? My Indonesian exchange was 10 or 11 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I still keep in contact with those individuals. We still share information today. And, as the saying goes, why recreate the wheel? Well, we don't just have to borrow from our immediate neighbors.
Exactly. Yeah, expanding the network is so important, and just the length of time that you've kept those connections is just a testament to how valuable these types of exchanges really are.
Absolutely.
And we touched on this a bit before, but you are currently participating in a global exchange with the Royal Commission of AlUla in Saudi Arabia. And again, we touched on this a bit, but what are some of the key takeaways that you are going to bring back to your community from this trip to AlUla?
I have taken so many notes, and again, the connectivity, how to really do some of that public engagement, how to move it forward. You're always planning on that return on investment. How do you continue to give back to communities, to the visitors, those individuals that may come to your community? How do you have those public-private connections and relationships? I brought back all of those pieces. This morning's session, Parks and Recreation, how to engage all facets of the community members. There are just so many pieces, and we're only 2 days into the trip, so there's so much more to learn.
What are your hopes for ICMA's next 100 years of global work?
It's such a big question. Thinking about where we are today globally, and as an American, there's a lot going on in the world, and we are so connected, more connected than we probably ever have been because of technology, and you literally can be anywhere in the world within a matter of hours, right?
Exactly.
We are so connected, but in so many ways, we're disconnected. We're so polarized, whether it's political issues, religion. ICMA, from my perspective, is perfectly positioned to be a leader in that space and has been a leader in that space. And so I hope ICMA is able to continue doing that. So my hopes are that it will continue bringing together an eclectic group of people as we are here today, and learning from each other, honoring each other, and really understanding what we're doing in our communities. And again, how it's transferable to everybody else's community.
Stay tuned for more content from ICMA's exchange to AlUla, Saudi Arabia, as we celebrate 100 years of ICMA's international work. And to view more global spotlights, subscribe to our channel.